everybody, this is Sabre with the Guild Wars 2 update. This is episode number 11. We finally got the information from Soesbee, the continuity and lore designer at Guild Wars 2, about the personal story that's going to be in the game. With that, we also got a Q&A session from WarTower, that's a German fan site for Guild Wars, which was graciously translated by Catherine Tearsdale on Guild Wars 2 Guru, which is where these videos are hosted on. But before I get to that, major news from Guild Wars 1 where over 3,700 accounts were banned. These accounts were banned for hacking, botting, and PvP match fixing. Accounts found to be doing this, the botting, hacking, and PvP match fixing, were permabanned from the Guild Wars servers. And many guilds that were found to be match fixing were disbanded. Players that were online at the time of these bans were met by doom, sliced in half, set on fire, and then deleted out of the game. Which I give ANET props for pretty good style points there. Now Regina and Emily, the community managers at Arena, did know that the KS mod, Guild Wars stats, text mod, and multi-launch are okay to use in their current states. However, if any updates are done to these programs to be upgraded, like you go from a 2.2 after being a 2.1, when 2.1 was okay, but they didn't know about a 2.2 version, your account might be banned, and it might trigger that you are modifying the Guild Wars server. So again, KS mod, Guild Wars 2 stats, text mod, and multi-launch are okay to use. However, use them with caution in case there are updates to those various programs. Alright? Now, but enough of the Guild Wars 1 news. Let's head over to the Guild Wars 2 storyline and info stuff. Now, the first area I'm going to go over is the character creation. Soesbee said that in all games there will be the ability to choose the race, sex, profession, and overall look, and Guild Wars 2 will be no different. But ArenaNet wanted to go deeper with that and make your character more personable, more in-depth, and different than everybody else's. So with that, there will be a series of biography questions for players to fill out. Now, there will be somewhere between 7 and 12 different questions to answer. The official number has not been set yet. And each of these questions, there'll be 3 to 5 answers, some of which may differ depending on what race you are or choose. Now, questions range from who your family is, your personality, and what your first adventure was if you were an Asuran. Now, the answers to these questions will affect what quests you will see and deal with along the way. So, by choosing the weather machine as the first invention as an Asuran, we'll have different quests than other Asuran players that did not choose the weather machine. Also, for those that want to save time and such, there will be a random selection button for you to roll your character automatically. Now, after character creation, the personal story can be affected further by personal choices you make while you're playing the game, like choosing 2 different paths when on a quest, choosing the order that you will be a part of, the Destiny's Edge story, and dealing with the Elder Dragon Zaitan himself. So when you make your character, it will be totally different from others, depending on what you do before the start of the game and while you play it. And because of all this, when you make alternate characters, those stories can be totally different. So you will be replaying, so you won't be replaying same content over and over and over again. The next section, and Ree couldn't put it any better, was Home Sweet Home. After character creation, players will have their own home based in the race's capital. Now, as the players progress through the game, their house will fill with NPCs, merchants, clothing, special titles, prestige, cinematics, and lore reveals. Other players will be able to view your home if you are the party leader. However, all these rewards are cosmetic and will not directly affect gameplay. Your skills, power, and capabilities will not be affected. Players will also have a separate journal that will log all of their records as they achieve and achievements as they go along the way. For Guild Wars 2, there will be 3 factions called the Orders. Now, these are non-biased racial groups that players can belong to in the game. But choose wisely, because it can alter your storyline and cause NPCs from the other orders to look at you differently throughout the game. Now, this is due to the fact that each order has a different idea of how to deal with the Elder Dragons. The orders are the Order of Whispers, the Durman Priory, and the Vigil. The Order of Whispers has been around since before Guild Wars 1, fighting demons and undermining and infiltrating numerous areas of government to see fit that their views are heard and executed. They feel that diplomacy and weapons are of no use to the Elder Dragons, and that they must find a way to put the dragons back to sleep. The Durman Priory is dedicated to the finding and protection of knowledge and lore in all of Tyria. They do pass this knowledge out carefully to help the betterment of all races. Their goal is to try to find the lost piece of knowledge that stopped the Elder Dragons in the past and use it again. The last order is the Vigil, which is a new group to the Guild Wars world. This group is a fellowship of all races that's dedicated to defense of Tyria for those who are not able to fight. They fight the evil forces of Zaitan wherever they go. Their belief is to fight the Elder Dragon's power with power and grind him down. Now, at the beginning of this report, I did mention the Destiny's Edge storyline. In this part of the game, players must unite the old forces of the Destiny's Edge Guild. They have fallen away from each other due to the misconceptions, harsh truths, and poor assumptions of each other. The players in the game must find a way to help put away their differences so that they will band back together to fight Zaitan. Who are these members, you ask? Well, if you are following along with some of the information and trailers in the Guild Wars 2 in the past, you might already know. They are Logan Thackeray, Whitlock Brimstone, Air, Zoja, and Cave. The 5 NPCs that were introduced in the early trailers of the game. The last bit of info I'm going to go over is some of the Q&A from the German WarTower interview to help clarify some areas. Again, thanks to Catherine Tearsdale and Guild Wars 2 Guru for translating it. First, both the event system and the personal story are completely separate systems. The personal storyline has no effect on the event system and vice versa. It might move you into other areas of the world to possibly find newer events to discover, but that's about as much influence they have on each other. And with that, PvP will also have no influence on the player's storyline as well. Going back to the biography section, not all traits can be changed after character creation. While one can act differently throughout the game, like you choose your character to be aggressive, but end up interacting nicely with NPCs, your character will alter itself automatically. But players will not be able to go back and change who their mother or father was. Now, when playing the game with others, the personal storyline will only be played out by the party leader, so only his or her decisions will influence the story. The other members of the party stories will be basically frozen, and they're only witnesses and observers and helpers to the party leader's events. They will, however, receive separate rewards for helping the party leader out, so will not be for nothing. That'll do it again for this, and if you can, please remember to leave comments below about the video, or you can visit the link in the description window to the Guild Wars 2 Guru site where these videos are being hosted on. And of course, please do not forget to subscribe. I do have something special planned when I reach 1,000 subscribers, so please tell your friends, guildmates, and alliance members to subscribe to these videos. I am Sabre, thank you very much, and what's your story? Gotcha.